And good morning from Dallas, Texas. We are here. This is our view outside the window in the morning. That's right, it's pretty cool out here. Not temperature cool, actually it's not too hot right now. It's like about 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, I'm gonna go take a shower now. I gave myself the old scrub-a-dub-dub and oh look, a UPS plane is taking off. And we're off to go to Jacob's Spring Grill for breakfast. So yeah, Jacob's Spring Grill was really good. They had a buffet thing going on and with a lot of fresh fruit and some really good eggs and a whole lot of other options. My dad and I got a lot of plates, that's for sure. And then we went back up to the room to do a little bit of plane spotting and relaxing. So I'm doing a bit of plane spotting here at the airport. It's about 11 o'clock a.m. And there's about 18 planes lined up on just this runway. We're getting ready to take off on 18L. And there's like another 13 or 14 lined up on 17R on the other side of the airport that we can't even see. But they are getting after it here at DFW, that is for sure. I mean, it's kind of hard to see them. But you can kind of see them. They're over there. You know, one thing I recommend whenever traveling, you always need to be prepared and bring some preparation H with you. You just never know when you're gonna need it, and then also bring some finger gloves. These look nothing else like except finger gloves, nothing else at all, only finger gloves for your fingers. But yeah, I definitely don't have a hemorrhoid or anything, just, you know, I just wanted to share that with you. We definitely had some time to kill because the convention didn't open until 2 p.m. today. It was on the itinerary to go check out the Founders Plaza, which is the plane spotting area here at DFW. But we opted to not do that because it was a little bit too hot out and we just felt that we had a pretty good view here. So yeah, we just hung out up here for a while. 2 p.m. came pretty quick though, because I was definitely enjoying the view. All right, we're off to the Airliners convention. One thing I thought that was cool that they had here was a $10 box bin, which basically had a bunch of very wore down models that were either damaged from shipping or something, but more likely than not they were played with by kids or something. But you know, I suppose if you wanted to put them in some type of, like, maybe if you're filming a movie or if you wanted to get them for kids to play with or anything like that. But it's just cool because they have all these damaged ones here, and you know, might as well sell them. And by the end of the convention they were definitely sold out. So on my first walk around the convention, I had saw that this booth had a Song Airlines model for sale, and I was like, ooh, I was really thinking about getting it. And then literally go to the bathroom and I come back in and it's gone. And it's like, man, you ever see something at the convention that you're really thinking about getting, you need to you know, get it pretty quick. Did that song already get bought that was here? Oh wow. Interesting. They really have everything that you can imagine here at the Airliners International Convention. They've got airline wings, pens, spoons, forks. You know, they got model planes. They've got, you know, old brochures, timetables, which is like the routes that they would have in, you know, for any time from the 70s to the 90s to... Apparently, I walked right by Noel Phillips and didn't even see him the first time that I had walked past him. That's pretty funny. I'm noticing it now as I'm editing, but when I just walked right past him, I was just taking in the convention. I wasn't even like thinking about it. Like I had a feeling that I would probably thank you, Bernard. I had a feeling that I would probably walk past him at one point, and I do. You'll see here in a moment that I do meet him, but I just find it funny that I didn't even notice him.
Shut down now?
What?
Do we have to shut down?
6 o'clock.
Oh. I'm shutting down. Here I am.
6 o'clock, honey.
So this is something that I find pretty cool. These are Zippo lighters. For those of you who don't know, you used to be able to smoke cigarettes back on flights back in the day. And, well, I suppose you could also have some tobacco in a pipe and smoke it as well, but that was back in the day, and now you can't do that, but it's really cool that they have this. There definitely was not a shortage of model airplanes. There was a lot, which is honestly pretty cool because, I mean, like, it's kind of fun to shop for model planes, even though I only really got, like, one or two. So I've already made a couple of purchases here at the Airliners International Convention, a couple of magnets, and I actually got some United Airlines matches. That's right, matches that you would light some cigarettes with on a flight back when you could smoke cigarettes on flights. And I'll show you the magnets a little bit, but there was a Song model airplane that I was like, ooh, I might have to get this. And I was thinking about it, went back around, literally about 20 minutes later, it was gone. And so yeah, if you see something and you're like, yeah, I think I might need to get that, you're going to want to think about it like quick and get it, because the good stuff goes gone really fast here. Yeah, I really like this convention. It's pretty tight.
Do I have any more 1-200? 1-200? You guys have any more? We're not. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
So I was looking at all the models here, and I was looking at this United Airlines DC-10. I'm a big fan of the old United Airlines, I believe they call that the Sawbass livery. And I'm also a really big fan of how the DC-10 looks, because if you look at it from like the front on, it looks like it's really angry and mad. And I don't know, it just always really appealed to me. But this was pretty expensive, definitely a little bit out of my reach. How much is this United DC-10?
Oh, that's pricey.
I bet it is.
I think he said like 300.
I believe it. Thank you. Yeah, I thought that was a little bit high too for a model, but I returned the next day and saw that it was still there, and the price had gone up to $499. I wasn't going to be buying it for $300, and I certainly wasn't going to be spending $499 on it.
Yeah, I see a lot of people over and over.
Check out all these hats. There's a lot of hats here. It's used. There's some sweat there. Someone got after it in that. Oh man, there's so many. They had a bunch of old clothes and jackets over here. And one thing that really caught my eye was this Independence Air Fly Eye jacket, top, whatever you want to call this thing. But yeah, it really caught my eye. So yeah, been having mic troubles. The batteries aren't lasting long in them, so I really don't know how well you can hear me, but there's a Fly Eye jacket over here. And I don't know if anybody knows who Fly Eye is, or Independence Air. They were an airline based out of Washington Dulles back in the day, and yeah, I really want that jacket. I'm just trying to figure out who the booth owner is and how much it costs. And then I gotta decide if I'm gonna get it or not. Check this one out. I like this. Proud to be an ex-con. This one, The Aviator, is a good film. It's about Howard Hughes' life. And it dives into his OCD and everything. I definitely recommend that one. Have not seen any of those other ones. You know what? If you can get just, a match or two if you want, or you can get a whole case of matches for your cigarettes. Well, look at this thing. I didn't see this before, but it's certainly here. There's some type of like flying saucer here. I don't know what it's about, but I'm fascinated with it. They've got shoe horns.
Well, Winslow flew it on west, but as soon as he was taxiing out, he did a ground loop and slammed the wing into the hangar. Luckily, they had a spare airplane there that too.
I see the ding on that, and I can't tell if it's supposed to be like that or not. This one's big. I mean, it might be hard to tell on video, but oh, pardon me. This is about the size of like a... It was about 5 feet long, and could be 6 feet, and the wingspan was about 5 or 6 feet long. Well, like, here's my hand, and there's the plane. That's something you put in like a garage or like your hangar, if you're lucky enough to have a hangar.
Okay, so it's a Rubio as my...
So this is when I ran into Noel Phillips at the convention. I was completely caught off guard because I was totally enthralled and in the zone with filming the convention and taking it all in and just in my ahs and ums. And then all of a sudden, there he is. Oh, whoa. Noel Phillips? Yeah. Oh my God, nice to meet you. Good to meet you. Yeah, oh my God, can I have a picture with you? So it was really cool meeting Noel Phillips. Such a nice guy. I wanted to chit chat with him so much more, and I'm sure he would have, but I get a lot of social anxiety, especially when it's someone that's like kind of like a celebrity stature. But I definitely got a selfie with him, which was really cool. And maybe down the road, you never know, maybe we'll bump into each other again. I mean, as frequent as he flies, as often as I fly, I mean, you just never know. So yeah, that was really freaking cool. There will be a little bit more from Noel Phillips later in the video. So I was somewhere about right here until I got caught off guard completely there. That's a good paint right there, the NBA Southwest. It's long gone, I believe, but all sorts of shirts that you can get. And we're wrapping up our first day here at the Airliners convention. And I got myself a couple things. After all that, it's time for dinner. I have never done this before. We ended up at Ace's Bar, which is basically a bar / restaurant that's just down at the lobby of the hotel. And I had 7 Dallas Blonde Ales. I also had a delicious hamburger. But after all this, let's just say I had a pretty fun night. Shut up, Alec. So yeah, that was definitely a good first day and a pretty fun first night, that's for sure. So yeah, we really didn't do too much after that. We basically just went up and showered and got ready for bed and all that. However, once my dad and I got into bed, I discovered that we were not the only ones staying in that room that night. So, you know, I'm sitting there getting all cozy wozy in bed, and my hand's just sitting over here, and I feel a tickle on my hand. And I've got hair, clearly. So I figured, oh, maybe just somehow some was floating in the sky and it got on my finger. But that tickling was kind of persistent. And I got up, turned my flashlight on, and this is what I see. Yeah, there was a cockroach in our room, and it decided to hang out with me in bed for a little bit. So that was interesting. I took care of him, but it was not worth it to go ahead and switch rooms because why do all that? I checked the bed, make sure there's no bed bugs, and whatever, you know.
All right, and we're on with our second day here at the Airliners convention, and it was really cool because there was a lot of stuff that was out that we did not see the day before, and yeah, I like that.
Oh, you see the Aloha Airlines stuff, Dad?
A lot of people who don't.
Thanks for coming down.
Now, even though we did see a lot of stuff on the second day that we didn't see on the first day, there still wasn't a whole lot more to film inside the convention. One thing that was cool was this waiting area where they had a couple of chairs set up and a TV that played a bunch of old vintage airline videos and whatnot. It was around 12:37, could have been 12:38. You know, for that matter, really could have been 12:39. We got these coupons that said that we could get a free cup coaster from the employee store, the American Airlines employee store to be exact, at Terminal C. We decided to go on a walk and see if we could find it. We didn't ask anybody at the hotel or the convention if it's pre or post security. Nah. We decided that we would just go on this huge walk ourselves and just figure it all out. And then after all that, we figured out that it was post security. And then we didn't even go to the store once we got through security the next day. So, yeah. So we had a nice walk through Terminal C. And then we also had a nice damp Dallas walk outside because, yeah, it was pretty moist outside.
It's about 1:24 p.m. here at the Airliners International Convention here in DFW. It's not DFW, it's DFW, by the way. And yeah, the Noel Phillips seminar is going to be at 2 p.m. So I'm going to be checking that out here shortly. And I tell you what, he's like a celebrity here. Oh, anyway, like I was saying, the Noel Phillips presentation is at 2 p.m. or seminar, whatever you'd like to call it. And yeah, anytime you turn, he's always getting a picture with someone. Someone's always stopping and talking to him, and that's pretty good. You know, that's pretty cool that, you know, he gets to have that. I mean, he's like a celebrity here. So, but at the same time, you know, I don't know if he's able to like explore the convention. You know, it's like he's getting stopped every 5 minutes, which I don't know. Maybe he likes that, maybe he doesn't. But you know, hopefully he got to really take in the convention and, you know, really enjoy it, because this convention is sweet. This is where the Noel Phillips is going to be? Yes. All right, cool. Oh, pardon me. Let us see. Where should I take a seat? I'm going to take a seat right over here.
I had a feeling there was going to be at least a few more people. And filled in they did. By the time the seminar was starting, there was borderline standing room only. There was a lot of people to see Noel.
Thank you everybody for coming out. So my name is Noel Phillips. I make YouTube videos. I'm a bit of a geek, and the day many of you probably know this website is airliners.net. But this thing started in about 2005, YouTube. And I swore blind when YouTube started. I was seeing all these really cool videos, and this is what YouTube was called. Skateboarding dogs and cat videos and things. I'm sure you all remember it. And I said, if anybody's got any questions or anything, I'm more than happy to answer them.
I couldn't resist asking at least one question. Out of everywhere in the world that you have ate, what is the best food that you've ever had?
I have just, I think Pakistan has some amazing food. India has some incredible food. I'm a big fan of Indian food. I'm British, and it's kind of like it's on the institution over there. We have to sort of eat Indian food and things. So I love the food in like South Asia and stuff.
Really?
I've also fallen in love with barbecue since I've been over here.
Yeah.
But yes, we found a few nice barbecue places over here, and we try. And that's one of the things that I'm doing on the flying channel now. We fly somewhere and we go and get barbecue somewhere. So it's
Awesome.
It's good.
Cool. And that's really all the presentation that I'm going to show. I actually recorded the whole thing. If anybody wants me to upload it, it was about an hour long. I gladly sat through it though, because it was a very well put together presentation. But now, it's time for some barbecue. All right, we're on our way to Hard 8 Barbecue. Last time I was here, which was in 2015, they definitely had a lot more meat on display, but that did not hinder the experience. It still slapped really hard.
Stuff looks so good right now.
My dad and I definitely got way too much. Look at all that wood. And it looks like our day is coming to a close here in Dallas. We got to get ourselves to bed early tonight. And why is that? Well, you're just going to have to watch next week's video to find out why. Although, I have to admit, I had to watch this sunset because it was pretty magnificent looking. And it really didn't bother us much, but apparently the air quality in Dallas was not too great while we were there because we were doing a lot of sneezing and coughing. And it really didn't hinder our experience or anything, but it was just really interesting. As soon as we got home, though, it did not take long and we were feeling better.
We've been finished up for a while here at the at Dallas Fort Worth with the convention and dinner, and we've been just kind of chilling and hanging out here in the room for the past hour or so. Been getting organized, getting ready for a flight home tomorrow, and it is just beautiful outside. So I'm just like really just taking this all in because it's just, you just gotta enjoy the airport vibes, man. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta live it up.
It wasn't too long after the sun was set that we went and took our showers and got ourselves all cozy-wozy in bed, and that was a good closing to the trip. I had a really good time here at the Airliners International Convention in Dallas Fort Worth.
All right, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching.